Hi guys, it's Alicia. I wanted to share with you all a wonderful tradition that I grew up doing that's a really fun, cheap way to make Halloween decorations for your windows. And also, this will be my first Samhain, so I'm going to make a couple Samhain decorations as well. Samhain, for those of you who don't know, it's one of the 8 seasonal festivals observed by pagans or neo-pagans, and it is basically a harvest festival and a time to remember your ancestors. So contrary to popular misconceptions or stereotypes or Hollywood movies, it has nothing to do with spooky, malevolent things. It's basically like, if you know anything about Dia de los Muertos, the Mexican, Hispanic celebrations that occur around this time of year. It's basically like that, except instead of having Christian connotations, it's honoring the old gods of whatever land you come from and honoring your ancestors. Well, Samhain, it originated in Ireland and wherever the Celts lived. So what we now know as Britain, Ireland, parts of France, etc. So they would specifically honor the Celtic gods and goddesses. But Samhain nowadays, as it's observed by modern pagans, it's a time to honor whatever gods you feel called to. It's a time to remember your ancestors and to give thanks to Mother Earth for the harvest that she gives us, and to the god for his leading of the souls to the realm of the dead. That's what Samhain is also about. It's about the souls of those who have passed away over this past year. They go to the realm of the dead. They're led there by the god in what's known as the Wild Hunt, the gathering of the souls to go on to the next life. And Samhain, traditionally people would leave sweets outside for their ancestors and for the dead. While it was a time when it was believed when the veil between this world and other worlds was the thinnest, and while it was believed spirits and ancestors could visit, not every spirit may have had friendly intentions. If someone died and they had grudges or issues they hadn't worked out, they might come back and disturb the living. So the living would leave out sweets for the dead. And this is the practice of trick-or-treating came from this, because when the Catholic Church adopted Samhain into All Hallows Day or All Souls Day, children would go door to door and do what's called souling, which is where they would knock on the door and ask for sweets, typically what were known as soul cakes, little spiced cakes with raisins in them. And in exchange for those treats, they would offer prayers for the dead. That's where trick-or-treating comes from. And so that's what Samhain is. It's a harvest festival, a time to remember loved ones. And so getting back to the tradition I grew up with Halloween, and I love Halloween. I mean, what's not to love about dressing up in costumes and going to parties, yeah, and having an excuse to eat as many sweets as you like. And so what I would do as a kid is I would draw little ghosts and pumpkins and black cats and witches, and I would cut them out and use Scotch tape to tape them to the window. And I love doing that because you could make whatever decorations you wanted, and I would always start back in September because Halloween was my favorite holiday, and so the minute September came, I would start on my ghosts and pumpkins and things. So I'm just going to show you what you need for these things, even though it's self-explanatory, but I just want to show what I've collected so far, and without further ado, here they are. So these are the things that I have so far to make my Halloween Samhain decorations. If you want, you could find also pictures that you like that seem festive and print those out. For instance, I printed out this beautiful pentacle or pentagram, and it explains what each of the 5 points of the star means. So at the top there's that represents spirit, the life force, the magic, the essence that everything comes from. And then the other 4 points represent the 4 elements, so air, water, earth, and fire. And I wanted to hang this up because there's a lot of, especially around Halloween time, there's a lot of misconceptions about the pentacle or the pentagram. Hollywood and popular culture has perpetuated it to be an evil symbol, a symbol of people who practice devil worship, which that's not what it is at all. It's a symbol of honoring nature and where the sources, where everything comes from, the spirit, where everything comes from, God and Goddess, and all the physical elements that make up everything that we know of. And even the pentagram was adopted by early Christians to stand for the 5 wounds of Jesus, or the 5 senses. So yeah, there's nothing evil or satanic about it, despite popular culture or misinformed people saying otherwise. So I have that beautiful symbol that I'm going to hang up. And then I just typed this out myself and I printed it out. And I left space to draw things on the bottom. But I wrote, "Happy Samhain, may Mother Earth's harvest, the love of your ancestors, and the turning of the year bring you strength and joy. Blessed be." Because, again, there's a lot of misconceptions about what Samhain is and what it means to be pagan or Wiccan or whatever term you use that falls under the neo-pagan umbrella. A lot of Christian fundamentalists come out this time of year and say that Samhain and the origins of Halloween have origins in things that they don't. So whatever I can do to dispel misconceptions and things, I'm going to do. And then also, of course, you'll need crayons, obviously, or whatever drawing tools you'd like to use, crayons or colored pencils or whatever, and a pen, and plenty of blank paper, and scissors and Scotch tape, of course, for when you cut out the shapes and stick them to the window. And it helps too if you want to listen to Halloween music or have a Halloween movie on in the background as you do this. That's what I do. That's a tradition that I do every Halloween, and it's a cheap, fun, creative way to decorate your house, especially now that I'm living in my own apartment and so I don't have tons of money to spend on Halloween decorations. And so I just wanted to share that all with you. Thank you for watching, and blessed be, and have a wonderful Samhain and or Halloween.
For the cold will come this night, far away, far away. Frost will fall and ice will bite. Whoa, whoa, leave my soul. Whoa, whoa, leave my soul. Please pass me by when the evening falls. Whoa, blessed are we, the hunter of souls we shall see.